Welcome to the Lesbian Chronicles. We're back again.
Yes, we are.
You just can't keep us away.
No, can't.
And we're back with our YouTube
I'm really
channel.
seeing this hair is really something today.
We're throwing it together. We're throwing it together. I've been up since 6:30. I think you probably have
I know,
like
I
a
have.
few hours
Oh my
of
God,
sleep.
yeah,
so,
very little, but whatever.
Trying to transition back to the East Coast time.
I know. I can almost always, though, talk.
Yeah.
It's more though when the kids get home, I'm like a 4 out of 10
Yeah.
on the fun scale.
Yeah.
The nice scale.
I think I'm always a 4 out of 10
I just
on the
live
fun
at a
scale.
4. I know, right?
I'm always like, do we have to do
I know.
stuff?
Do we have to do Legos again?
Like, we've had so many pajama days the past few weeks.
When you got here, I was
school.
in my pajamas.
That's right.
It's terrible.
That's not terrible. We have those days.
We do have those days. Fully welcome.
Yeah. We've had some great response from people lately.
Yes.
I posted. I don't even think I told you this, that I posted on Reddit, and I asked people to like give us some reviews and like give us some
are they
feedback
doing
and
it?
stuff. Yeah. So it was good response.
Any mean stuff?
No. Well, other than that, we say too much. And we like.
I know I do.
But
you know what I say all the time when someone called me out on it is right.
yes, yeah.
Right.
Right. But I mean, I don't know. It's so
It is
hard.
right.
It is right, and I think it's part of like having a conversation. Like you respond to the other person, and like.
But to be fair though, the lady who said we agree all the time, we don't.
No.
Like maybe because here we have these topics already, so we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But in general, I would say there are lots of times that I'm like we're not
agreeing. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Although I've never had a fight with you.
That's true.
Not one.
It's a coming.
It's coming. All right. Well, let's talk about the first topic of the day,
which is
kind of talking about how you meet girls and how you.
I wish I knew.
Or women, I should
frankly.
say. Right.
Although I'm actively not dating, whatever, and I'm
actively open. If
I'm open to
around.
meeting. Yeah, like I'm just trying to like expand and like meet people, and that's going fairly well.
It's going really well.
I have been on like a few of the dating apps.
Right. Which is one, like, tell the people, like, if there's one awesome one or one,
so
like,
the one
worthless.
I would say Tinder is worthless.
Okay, really?
I don't know. People are so weird on there.
Really?
Like you match and then no one says anything.
Which site has the most info? Like which site knows the most about you?
I think sites like Match and OkCupid and Bumble have the most of like your info.
Okay, to me that's kind of important, right?
It really is. And like that was one thing that like I kind of steered away from those apps,
right? Because
I'm like, I don't want to put all this stuff in here. Like I just want to upload a picture, put like my name, my age, and like my job, and like let what will happen.
Right.
But yeah, then it's like you've got to get through all this, like these questions, and maybe that's just it. Like Tinder, there's not like a lot of reason to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Other than to be like, hey, you're hot.
Right. Like
and then what? Then I think you're fake.
But it's like also, right, I want to know a few little things. Like there are things to me that are red flags that I know I won't like.
Yeah.
If you're like a hardcore video gamer,
right?
I'm not into that at all. I hate that my kids do it. I don't want now my girlfriend to be on playing video games all day. So it's like, that's something stupid, and of course it wouldn't like rule someone out, but to me it's like a little thing that I'd be like, we're not gonna have a lot in common.
Yeah.
If you're
I totally agree, because it's like things like Harry Potter, Star Wars. I know nothing about. Like you can't. Does what?
Like what if they taught you about it?
I mean, I'm probably it's been 39 years. I'm probably not going to get on board.
Okay.
I did watch Star Wars when I was like 8, and all I remember is that I thought Ewoks were cute.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot more to it. I think.
But that's just it, though. It's like I'm not writing someone off because they enjoy those things. Sure, like keep your hobbies, whatever, but just don't expect. There's certain things that I'm not gonna.
It's just what she really wants to say is her hobbies are way cooler.
My hobbies are cooler.
But I'll also say that one thing you mentioned to me is you're like, I'll meet these girls, see these girls on there, we'll match. And then as I like dig deeper through their stuff, I'm like, I don't know if I'm that attracted to them. They don't.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Like I will say, when I take picture or like I'll have pictures of myself or even like my children, the pictures that I think are their best are never like what more professional people or more other friends of mine would disagree. They'd be like, really? That's the worst one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you can't trust somebody. Even my ex-husband, when he was building his profile, I'm like, that's what you picked?
Yeah.
I'm like, you are so much better than this.
Yeah.
And then I like helped. So
maybe I need to get you to help with mine.
Or not help with yours, but I'm saying don't trust necessarily the pictures, because when you're picking your own personal stuff,
right?
I don't know that you're the best judge. Like there's times you and I take pictures and you're like, don't post it. And I'm like, that's an awesome picture.
Yeah. And I agree. And like, but one thing that I've noticed that there's a lot of like fake profiles.
Oh, really?
And fake people. Like,
what?
So if someone's asked for my phone number, I almost always say no. Like I want to vet them on social media first.
Of course.
So I'll ask if they have social media, Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And there was someone that was like, oh, I have Google Hangout. And I was like, who has Google Hangout?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
And I stopped talking to them because I was just like, I'm not buying this. But yeah, I want to see more pictures too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like I want to get to know like what they're posting on social media, not just like what we're communicating via text.
I think it'd be really cool too if they had like video.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think about your thing with McKinnon. And like her, to just look at a picture of her, she's attractive, but I wouldn't say, I'm not turning my head at the mall if she walked by me. But then to like hear her, she is really, there's something so cool about her.
Yeah.
So it's
she
like
was
too
wearing
bad.
heels on Ellen the other day, and I was dying. Okay. It's okay.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Maybe we need to do a video.
maybe, but that's just it. It's like I do tell people about the podcast sometimes.
Okay, yeah, and I've
not everyone, but I will. And then it's like, well, now you can hear my voice and you can know what I sound like and all this stuff. And like, where's your podcast?
You see you get a vibe. That is true. The work I do, I have videos, as you know.
Yeah.
And like there have been times when I first met my girlfriend that she's like, I would know she saw one and it was so embarrassing for me, but I knew that does help you kind of see someone's mannerisms. How do they carry themselves, or are they funny, or you know, I don't know.
The other thing is, it's like it's hard to keep like the conversation going sometimes. Like, and I don't know if this is just like because it's two women and it's like who's gonna make the first move, who's gonna like ask someone out or whatever. But it feels like conversation's just kind of like whoop.
Well, do you ever feel like someone's trying to have a conversation with you? And
yes,
kind of
I do, and I kind of am blowing them off.
Well, then there's your answer. I know, that sucks. But that has nothing to do with you. It probably means they're talking to someone else.
Well, you know what? I really think, yes, I think people are talking to a lot of different people because, yes, I am too. I've been talking to probably like 10 people at a time.
Right.
But also, like, I don't put it like straight out forward that I have kids on my profile.
Okay.
I bring it up in conversation very early on.
Right.
I've never had anyone in the conversation because of that.
Right.
But I think that's an aspect. Where people start thinking about, man, I just got 2 young kids. Like, this is a lot.
If you don't have kids and you're like gonna try to come into what you've got going on, it is something. It's asking.
And that's why I kind of think that I would do better just meeting someone face to face, because I think if I meet someone out in the world, they can meet me and we can have that connection and then move forward.
Okay, so let's talk about how you do that. Like, if you I'm somebody who, if I have a problem or something I'm working on, I feel so good if like I move the chains a little bit every day. If every day I'm inching more, if I'm taking one step in the right direction of that goal, I guess.
Yeah.
So what would be like some of the things you did? You got on these dating sites.
Yeah.
But another thing.
Well, I did. So I got on the dating sites, but then I deleted almost all of them.
Are you still deleted?
I deleted Tinder and I deleted Her, and I still have Hinge. Because that one's actually been fairly successful where people actually talk to each other.
Okay.
Because it has things where you can like have a reason to start a conversation, like things that you fill out in your profile.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
But yeah, I deleted.
How many conversations do you start a week?
I don't know.
Like more than one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then the other thing you are so good at is you follow up. Like we'll meet girls or women. I hate saying girls. You're not supposed to do that. You meet women at an event, and then one thing I noticed you do is like you will follow up, not with the interest of dating, but just like, hey, these are some cool women we met.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. And when I'm in town, I always try to go with you.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's really cool because these are like organic people that are at a place you're at,
right.
which means that you probably have that in common.
Yeah.
And they have cool friends. Every group we've met has brought cool girls to the mix.
And that's just it. It's like I feel like that is a better way to meet people for me personally.
For anyone, but how do you do that?
you invite people to do things.
Okay, so like women we've met that are like friendly. Like I'm just going to use Queer Women's Network because I think you guys are super cool and you're our friends and you're a safe audience. Those women know cool people and fun women.
Yeah.
How did you make that connection stick and not just meet them and go your own way?
Because I reached out to them.
Right after.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told them it was great to meet them, and I wanted to like work on like organizing some other events and that sort of thing.
Okay. So I think that's really good advice.
Yeah.
Is like you find something like that and then just really vulnerably put yourself out there.
It's almost like running a business.
Right.
You've got to follow up, and you've got to be the one to reach out, and you've got to be the one to put yourself out there and invite people to do things.
Right.
Like I was saying last week, I invited like I think 2 different. This sounds really bad.
No, it doesn't. It sounds this to me is impressive.
I invited a girl to come meet me for drinks. She said no, so I invited the other girl that I was texting. She said no. They both used the phrase rain check, and it was raining.
Why didn't you invite me to drinks?
I don't know where you were.
Okay.
This was like last Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. But
anyway,
anyway, I was just like bummed out. But anyway,
But I think too, like the last minute thing, don't get your feelings
I know,
hurt.
and that's just it. My feelings weren't hurt because it was very last minute. I'm the kind of person that can do that. I can run out last minute and do something. Like you said, some people have to like mentally prepare like a day ahead of time and think about what they're going to wear and what they're going to do and all that stuff. But,
especially women. Like they have to kind of get their mind in the right place.
Yeah, and I understand that.
Yeah. But now, will those girls that shut it down, do you go back now to that well?
I'm not going to ask them again.
Okay. Will you keep the conversation
But
going?
I have kept the conversation going.
Okay. So you take it from high to medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, is there anyone right now in your head that you're like, I have this person I'm kind of excited about?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm not in a place to get myself excited about anybody.
Okay.
That sounds really sad.
No, it doesn't. But
I just don't want to like jump into something again.
And I like what we talked about before we started recording is like you have touch points of you meet different people. And I think like the key to finding the right person, in my opinion, and I know very little. I was married a very long time and I haven't dated a ton of people and now I'm in a serious relationship. But I did date a few people and I do know a ton of people. And I think you have touch points where when you're dating around or you're meeting different people, you like learn things about each one. And I used like the Pride brunch as the example. We're sitting at a table full of people. There's things I like about this woman, things I like about this woman. Yeah. There's things I love about you. There's things I love about Melena. And you meet these women and you start, when you're single, building in your mind the kind of person you'd want to end up with. And if you don't have those experiences with these women, with having an open mind if you're open to meeting someone, I don't know that you ever end up with the right person.
Right.
And I think that's what you're doing, and I'm watching.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And it's like I don't want to waste time on the wrong person.
Right.
And I'm not going to.
No.
And I guess it's like when you look at it from a friendship perspective, that makes me feel like I'm not wasting time because I'm developing a friendship with someone.
Right.
So even if, it doesn't develop into something where I'm interested in dating that person, then I have another friend on my side.
Without a doubt. And I can think of lots of situations. I met a woman when I was single for drinks once. I mean, we had talked a whole bunch. Mm-hmm. And like, I felt like, oh my God, this girl's super cool. She lives close. Yeah. And we met for a drink. And after I met her, like physically we were like sitting there. Yeah. I realized that like, I'm just not into her. Yeah. Like, it's nothing about her. She was attractive enough for me to meet her for the drink. She was cool.
So what did you say after?
I told her.
You did?
And like, we're friends now. And it's so cool because I invite her to stuff or, we text every now and again. If I know she's going to be at a big gay event, I'm always like, are you going to be there? I think she's super cool. But, and she probably felt the same way about me. Right. I mean, she laughed when I was like, I know this isn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Did she agree or was she like?
She didn't say that, but she was sweet and cool.
I mean, that would suck, I think, in a way to hear, but at the same time, it's like, thanks for not wasting my time.
And she went on to date someone, it looked like they were really happy and super cool, and so did I.
Yeah.
And now we're friends. Yeah. And now every now and again, she'll be like, I don't know, just reach out.
I mean, I guess like after, if it's one date, whatever, and to say that, it's like, how can your feelings really get that hurt?
And especially if, you're willing to meet someone.
It'd be worse if you guys dated for like 3 months and then you were like, you know what?
Right.
Not feeling this, never was.
Right. So I don't know. Anyway, I think you're doing it so beautifully, and I think to the questions people ask, which is how do you do it?
Yeah.
These are the ways. You like vulnerably put yourself out there.
Yeah, but I've always been like that. Even when I
Yeah.
was like dating men, I was not afraid to be like, hey, let's go hang out, let's do this, that sort of thing. So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like still translating that into this, but even so, this feels like a lot more likely for me to get my feelings hurt when someone does like turn me down or whatever.
What about not even like the girl or the listener we have in Arkansas that I'm still so impressed with that started her own meetup?
Yeah.
You could do that. You could start your own, which is you just create a meetup online, and then little by little you get members, then you create an event, or go into another person's meetup. Like I noticed if you Google like Atlanta lesbian meetups, there are lots of groups on there.
Yeah.
So if you just made yourself, like as much as it would be so annoying, especially for someone like me who hates driving anywhere, to say, I'm going to go to, one meetup a month. I'm going to make myself.
Yeah. Well, and even like, I mean, a lot of people are like, I'm not a bar person, which is totally understandable, but bars do, like MSR in Atlanta, they actually have some events that are like somewhat like non-drinking friendly, like they have karaoke on Wednesday nights. Like
that's got to be drinking.
I mean, some people like to go just watch karaoke.
I like to sing karaoke.
Okay, we'll go for it.
Okay.
We'll do it.
Okay.
But, like I think if you followed like some, their Facebook page, you would see that they also do like speed dating stuff,
What if you're like in your late 40s, early 50s, and you're just not?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because that would be difficult. I mean, not to say that I don't see people. I have seen older people there.
Yeah, no, so do I. But I look at our friends who are dating. Look at Melina.
Yeah,
like she's turning 50.
I really feel like for the older crowd, the apps are probably a better route to go for if you're really looking to date someone and not like meet. Well, even if you're wanting to meet friends. Because I do see that on like people's profiles where they're like, I'm looking to just like expand my friend group.
Right.
And I mean, that's one of my objectives with being on the apps. I'm not necessarily looking to certainly not looking to hook up with someone.
Right. Well, you had a bar. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I'm not just going home with anybody. It's not happening.
No,
I'm not 23 anymore.
No, you're not.
So
no,
yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, so I think those are all really good ways.
Well, and like you were saying, to do your own meetup,
right?
Some ideas would be to like do like a board game night.
Yes, like a game night to me. We just had a night. We had a blackjack night, and I swear to God, even the people that didn't know how to play blackjack, it ended up being such a blast. Like you were laughing, you're rooting for people.
Yeah.
Like by the end, the people I didn't know there are like, you're hugging them.
Right.
Like we had a blast. I think that is such a cool way to engage.
Yeah, get a group together.
It's easier than a cocktail party because you and I can talk to people, but a lot of people aren't just walking up and talking.
Yeah. Well, and even the thing that I had on New Year's with like my friends.
Yeah.
Everyone in that room, I didn't know that well.
Right.
But it was like, we all sat down, we played a game around the coffee table, if it had just been us like having drinks or whatever, we wouldn't have had that like one-on-one interaction with everybody.
Right.
And it was funny, because we're, asking questions and like uncomfortable questions and stuff. So it was like a good way to like get to know people. Maybe some hurt feelings, I don't know, but
yeah, right. You told me about that game. But I think that is a good, like if you were looking for an activity to do for your meetup.
Yeah, I think
that's
board games
really good
great,
one. Especially if you have more than if you have 4 to 5 people.
Even if it's like something stupid, catchphrase. That's a great game to play.
The game you guys played sounded good.
Yeah, it was called, I think, the voting game.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like Cards Against Humanity, except you had a vote on the table, like who that card was about.
What about just like in general life? Like when I'm out, I've talked about like at the gym, I see lots of gay women, probably because of where I live. But even like when you're just out in your life, how, like, do you ever do that? Where it's like...
No, like you've met people like on the Beltline and stuff, like walking. Like I can't imagine like just walking past someone and being like circling back.
Or it's like you might already know them. Like in that Beltline situation, I'd seen them before at something and then was like, oh my God, you're so-and-so.
Okay.
So it's not hard to do.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they don't think I'm hitting on them, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Likely.
Maybe.
Certainly not now.
I mean, that would be great to like meet someone just at the gym or whatever. But I mean, my gym, I go to the gym in the suburbs and I don't think any of those women are gay.
But if you were, okay, so like let's say you're
That's
at the
why I
gym.
joined. And it didn't go over very well.
Let's say you are at the gym, your local gym and wherever you live. How would you, like, what would that look like? Okay, I am getting on the treadmill. I see this kind of cool looking lesbian lifting. What am I doing?
You tell me.
I don't know, I'm asking. Like, this is like a good brainstorming. If people are asking how to meet people,
I don't know.
I think you come up with something.
But so I go to CrossFit, and it's a lot more like interactive. So you're talking to people, and like
Okay.
lifting weights with them, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So,
I mean, would you ever?
I mean,
walk
I
up to
have
somebody,
friendships
is this too
with
forward?
people.
If someone came up to you, I'd be so flattered. But if someone came up to you and was like, "Hey, you have really great arms. Like, tell me what do you do? What are your 2 exercises?"
Would I be upset if someone
No,
did
not
that?
upset, but would you be like, "Oh my God, this girl's hitting on me," or would you be like, "That's so awesome. I feel so good that someone."
I think
thinks
I
I'm
would feel
great
really
arms."
good. I
Yeah.
don't think that the hitting on aspect would cross my mind.
So that's one way.
Unless you were blatantly gay,
Okay.
which you are not. So
No. Well, okay. So that's one way people could walk
right.
up. What about even? I feel like you and I have been in this. This happens all the time. We'll be at dinner at a restaurant. This has happened almost every single time we all end up out.
Yeah.
We're at dinner and there'll be like a cute gay bartender
Okay.
or a lesbian standing with her friends and we're at our table. And I'm always, of course, I'm like safe in dating someone, so I'm always
You're
like, you
always
go do
sending,
it, you go do
yes.
it. But I was thinking how like there are like every time we're out, I see 2 opportunities that somebody could have reeled in a woman.
That's true.
Typically, I don't know, like I always think,
I
here's
think
an opportunity.
I think the bartender you're talking about, I think I had a girlfriend at the time, and that's why I didn't go for it.
And can you really, how do you, I don't know how you initiate conversation with a bartender.
Well, right, because bartenders
everyone
have to get
does.
hit on like all
Yeah.
the time.
Okay, so
like,
scratch
all
that.
the time.
And they're probably young and probably not someone I'm going to be interested in.
You never know. Bartenders make a lot of money.
I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about just the late hours, and I've got 3 kids, and
It's true. Although I work late hours.
talk to me about there was a posse of girls, if you recall, at Fleetwood Mac, that there was one for sure that seemed on her own with that group that I was like, somebody should like at least let her know that our crew
Was
is
I
gay.
gone by this point? I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
But that sounds like something you would send me in to do.
Yeah, I was sending you on a mission.
Go
But I was
talk
thinking,
to them.
They don't know our group's gay. And
Yeah.
we can't all be publicly making
Well,
out
then,
all the
no,
time.
that's what you need to do. Like, in order to help me, you guys need to like
Keep making out.
Make
Because if
out.
we're making out, you're left out.
That's right. And then
So
I'm
we
like,
can't-
where's mine? You, come here.
But that's the kind of situation I feel like if you like pounce on all these opportunities, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Is my point. If everyone said in a given week, every other opportunity that I see, I'm going to take, you're
Wow.
meeting someone.
Wow.
Because they're everywhere.
I mean, you say that all the time.
Okay, well, another thing we need to do
I'm
is
gonna
go
be
to
just following you around Kirkwood.
we need to go to Susanna's church.
Yeah.
Not,
Am I gonna be
not
a nice
to meet
girl at
girls,
church?
Susanna, but she knows that I know that there are a lot of lesbians at that church.
Yeah.
And they're,
Are there?
to me, like, I don't know, they have their stuff. If
I
they're
haven't
at
been to
church on
church
a
in a long
Sunday,
time.
they've got their stuff together.
It's true. That is true.
Maybe.
I don't know the last time I went to church.
But that's not like going to her church is so good. It's
Yeah.
so fun.
I would go to her church,
Yeah.
but church in general,
Yeah.
I've been rejected.
Yeah, oh, as have I. Okay, so do you feel good about taking those opportunities?
yeah, totally. The other thing that we've heard about is the L word meetups. Like
yeah.
people are doing like meetups at their houses, at bars and stuff, and like watching the L word, which I would love to go to, but I have my kids on Sundays.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and I hate to say it, it's not great.
Yeah, I have not watched much. But
What if you had but the thing is, how do you go to the L word party if you're newly out, like most of our listeners are, and you don't have a lot of gay friends? Like what you would have to say is, I'm going to start this party, but the couple gay people I do know, you have to bring somebody gay.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that that brunch thing that
Bring a
Melena
single-
goes. Okay, it's working. Yeah, the whole deal with that is that if you're a couple and you come, you have to bring a single person.
And if that's like, have you ever heard of Stock the Pond parties?
No, is
Okay,
that
that's
what it is?
that is. You have a party where you bring single
Okay.
people.
Maybe we need to do this.
I know, but can I do it if I'm not single?
Yeah.
Like because
You can totally organize it as a couple.
And I feel like that's nice. Like to me, it's like if I was single and out there, I would want my friends thinking of me when they meet cool women.
Yeah. So why aren't my friends thinking of me?
I think of you. Look at me thinking of you now. I mean,
we've got a whole episode.
Yeah. So anyway, single, having a stock the pond or like bring a single friend is another way. And then I think just too in your community, be aware.
Yeah.
Because it does happen. I was at a hotel for the last 3 nights. There was a gym there, and I remember, and in the lobby, there were lots of.
Well, I think the gym route might be smart because, as Kate McKinnon said, she kept weights by her bed when she was a kid.
Exactly.
I did too.
Right.
And I think the weight thing, that's like a
lesbian
draw.
For sure. My girlfriend goes to kickboxing, and I know because my ex-husband used to go, and when I would see it, there were a lot of women there that I thought were gay. And obviously my girlfriend's gay, and she goes, don't hit on my girlfriend at kickboxing. But there's lots of women there.
But I mean, that's literally like why I joined CrossFit, because I was like, maybe I'll meet a woman.
CrossFit in the burbs.
And I did not meet a single.
You know what you're meeting? You're meeting curious straight men.
I mean, there's a lot of them where I'm like,
but are you really though?
I mean, you seem a little bit gayer than me.
Right.
Just saying.
Exactly.
And you could bench press me. So
exactly.
There's that. The other thing we were going to talk about is we had a question about our parents and how they act now, which is very timely, seeing as that I had to spend several hours at the AT&T store with my parents yesterday.
Oh my God.
And it was so bad. So it was so bad. While we were there, this episode of Seinfeld, which is from like 1993, was playing.
And did they hear and understand what was happening? Because it was
100%. It was like there's like a massive TV on the wall. We're literally standing like this close to the TV. The woman that works there, because things were taking so long, handed my mom the remote to the TV and was like, just put on whatever, because it was, my mom's bored. And
that's what anyone did.
My mom chose Seinfeld thinking, Melissa and Dad like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So I'll play this. And I shit you not, within like 15 seconds of her putting this on, this is what played.
Just because you two are homosexual, so what? I mean, you should just come out of the closet and be openly gay already.
Right?
So what do you say? You know you'll always be the only man I'll ever love.
I thought I was going to die.
Do you make eye contact with
No! And I was just like, no, I was kind of like laughing, but I'm also like staring at the ceiling.
It's
like,
so annoying.
It was so like I wanted to melt into the floor.
Oh my God.
But luckily, they kind of like, they didn't say anything about it. They just kind of like laughed along with it.
If they were laughing at the show or laughing at like this moment.
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Now,
do you think they get in the car and be like, oh my God?
Probably. Yeah. And it's like, if Melissa wasn't buying us phones right now, we would have made fun of her in that moment. But,
oh, Lordy.
Seeing as that I'm such a good daughter. But yeah, it's like, I've been out to my parents for coming up on 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March.
Wow.
And it's still uncomfortable.
I know it is, right?
Like, I like when they ask me about like dating and stuff like that, because it's nice to know that they're interested. But at the same time, I'm just like a little bit cringing.
Right.
Like,
we had after Christmas, my parents were here and they sent a thank you note addressed to Maria and I.
Oh, really?
And I was like, whoa. Like, I literally opened it.
That's so sweet.
Right.
Because that could have gone really bad. They could have just addressed it to you.
And I think their way, or just, why wouldn't they have? You know what I mean? Like, I live here. They addressed it to both of us. And it just, like, really, that's their way of saying, it's all good.
It's okay.
Like, without saying, like, I don't need them to do more than that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And if they can be accepting, trust me, they are the epitome of, I love my parents, but they are conservative, white, hardcore Catholic. My mom prays the rosary, like Trump supporting, Republican.
Yeah.
They are every demographic that would hate my lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah.
Rolled into one, and they've been so accepting.
And that's the thing. It's like, I know it's like a massive risk to take to come out to your parents.
Yeah.
Especially in that situation,
Right.
my situation. My parents are in their 70s, Republican,
Right.
Southern Baptist, although they don't really go to church anymore. Like, that was the most terrifying.
It was awful.
Person.
We need to do an episode about that. Because
Yeah.
we've had a lot of people talk about that, of just how did you even start to tell your parents? And I think that is worthy of talking about, because that kept me up at night.
Yeah.
I mean, I would practice. I hated it.
I mean, but the funny thing is, I didn't realize how much that one weighed me down.
Yeah.
Until I came out to them, and then it was like, oh, that's what was fucking driving me crazy.
Right.
But
it's like, what is it?
They will surprise you. That's just it. Like,
they will surprise you.
Or I should say, they could surprise you.
I think they will. I mean, by and large.
I still see, parents that are like, I've joined TikTok recently, so I've seen some of these videos of like young kids and stuff. I'm trying to get in with the kids.
Okay.
But there's kids on there that are like, they're 16, 17 years old and saying that they just came out and that their parents are kicking them out. And so these are parents that are, our age.
I mean, to me, it's like, are you an animal? Like, I don't understand. Like, you're a mother. You don't get to. I can't even wrap my brain around that.
I can't either. And like,
my kids could murder somebody.
Exactly.
And I'm hiding bodies at this
Yeah,
point.
right?
I promise you.
And that's the thing. It's like, it blows my mind that there's even people that are our age and that have kind of come up in a world where things are more accepted that are still going to reject their children. Right. And so like, that's why I totally, our fears were founded completely, like that there's a reason why you're scared.
Right.
The good news is at this age, you don't have to rely on them.
No, it's so true.
And more than anything, your parents might be reliant on you.
Right.
And
it's like, but I do think, you're right. Like, you don't have to rely on them. But God, if you're not safe, if you're, as a parent to your child, that's what bothered. Why was I so scared?
Yeah.
It's like, they should be my safest target. Mm-hmm. And they scared me.
They scared me, the most.
Right.
And I was absolutely prepared to just be like, you know what? Like, I didn't think that they were going to cut me off entirely, like not speak to me, but I was prepared for my life to change tremendously.
Same. And I knew, like, I think one thing that our therapist had said to me is like, go over in your head all the things that you're scared of. And like, I was scared of my parents. My parents have this thing where they base a lot of decisions on fear. And I just don't want to do that. But like, everything is fear.
Well, and what other people are going to say.
What people think, fear.
Yeah. What are they going to think? What are they going to say about us?
Right.
I think that's like a generational thing.
It is.
Like,
they were scared about my money. They were scared about my ability to support myself. But they've always been, every decision I make, my parents are like, oh God, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I just kind of, if you write down almost, like the therapist went through with me, say them out loud.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great idea. That's a great exercise to do, because I still do that when I'm, having like overwhelming feelings. I just start writing things down. Right. Just in my phone, because God knows my handwriting's terrible. Same. Oh my God. You probably can't even read what word I wrote.
Donuts.
It says parents.
Donuts.
Parents, bring me donuts.
Exactly.
My handwriting's terrible. So I have like the notes in my phone, and that sort of thing. And I just jot down like what I'm feeling. And
I know lately, like, not to, like, we should do an episode on this, but you've been feeling more kind of exposed or kind of vulnerable since your breakup, and just kind of like out there in a different way. Like, you've been in relationships a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. So even though you're out there and you're experiencing all these things, you sort of had somebody by your side to call to get pizza or,
to hang out with, to entertain me to a degree. Right. I'm not good at being alone.
Okay.
I'm not one of those people that like there's people that want to sit at home and like watch Netflix and be alone and order takeout.
Right. That sounds amazing, actually.
But alone?
No, I love doing it with my girlfriend.
If I had a girlfriend, 100%.
But are you ever alone? Like, I'm never alone.
No, not really, because I guess I'm like always like texting people or whatever.
Or your kids, or you're out.
But I have a lot of time away from my kids.
Yeah.
You probably have a kid around a lot more, right?
I do have a kid around, I feel like, all the time.
And I have a lot of time away from my kids, or like some weeks I don't have as many work hours, so I'm not busy with that. And yeah, I just get antsy, and I have FOMO. Like I start thinking like, what's going on? Like, what am I missing out on?
Right.
So
am I missing the girl I'm supposed to meet?
Am I missing the woman of my dreams? Is she at MSR right now?
Right now, I better
at
walk
2
over.
in the morning.
I better walk right on
and
over.
I think I said this to you, or maybe it was Liz. I was like, my girl is not at MSR.
She's not.
She's not.
She just isn't. Like, I know she isn't. I've said this now for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, it's just now clicking.
Okay, good. Well, then I have to keep saying it. I mean, your girl is at a great restaurant in Atlanta and probably in bed at 11 o'clock.
I hope so.
Yeah, she's
Just,
rested
I don't
because
want
she's
someone
got
who's-
she's got to work.
She's
tomorrow.
got a job.
Yeah,
She has to get in a
she's got
car
responsibilities
and drive to that job.
Exactly. She has to get in a car. Exactly.
She has to make a car payment.
She makes a car payment and she drives to the job.
Yes, that would be amazing.
So that girl is not at MSR at 2 a.m. She's got responsibilities.
Not to dog on people that go to MSR or Blake's, because I go.
Of course.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like to meet new people.
I enjoy it with you guys.
Yeah.
That's
you
fun.
need to go to a drag show with me. That's what
I would
we
love
need
that.
to do.
I love dancing. Like, I'm way in.
Yeah. Those are fun
Yeah.
and amazing.
I would if they're playing Britney Spears, I'm way
Yes. There's actually one that does a pretty good Britney.
in. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
Take
have
me.
We'll have to do that.
Maybe
sometime.
we'll do that the night of Melena's B-Day.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to find one. It's on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She definitely wants to go dancing. Like when we mentioned dancing, she like
Lit up.
Yeah.
That will be a fun night.
Yeah, it's definitely happening.
And yeah, maybe we'll do a drag show too.
I like it. We'll end the night with a drag show.
Yes.
Cool. Well, this has been
It
good.
has.
Tell us stories about how you've met people, like other ways to meet people. I still hold on to the Instagram thing.
I know.
Crazy. I think it totally works. If you are following somebody that you're kind of interested in, or you know somebody that you might be interested in, follow them and DM them. When you see something that they post that you have something in common, DM them. Be like, oh my God, you love this band, so do I. Very cool. It just starts a conversation.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
I sent someone a friend request and then I took it back because
Oh
they
my
didn't approve
God.
it quick enough.
It takes a while.
I mean, I'm sure maybe she's not on Facebook that often, but yeah.
Request again.
I lost my courage and
That's ridiculous.
and took it back. Hopefully she didn't see it.
That's when I take it back and do it again to remind her.
Hey, it's me again.
It's me again. Knock,
Knock, knock. Knock, knock, motherfucker. Let
It's
me
me
in.
again. All right.
Yeah, so as usual, hit us up on Instagram, our Gmail account, Lesbian Chronicles, and Gmail's Melissa and Allie at gmail.com. And subscribe to our YouTube since we're doing it.
Right. And tell us how you meet people. Because I
Tell
think
us how
everyone
you meet
would like
people.
to do that.
Yeah, totally
And maybe
wanna do
even
that.
if I don't go on our Reddit thread ever, but I am on Instagram. But tell people where, like, maybe someone mentioned the other day they met someone just in the comments of our post.
What?
Yeah, she was like she must have posted something about her city, and somebody's like, oh my God, I live in that city. And
there
they
we
met
go.
that way. So, like, maybe drop some clues about where you are or what. Because I can tell you, when I was coming out and I was desperate to meet someone in this boat, if somebody would have written, like, I live in Atlanta, blah, 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 I would have been all over that.
Absolutely.
I did.
I think it's a great
met
idea.
a lady for dinner that I'd never met before that I just heard left her husband for a woman. I wasn't interested in her. I just wanted anyone to talk to about what I was going through.
Yeah.
So drop some hints.
It's so therapeutic to find
It
someone.
is.
that's
Once
going
you
through the
find
same
somebody,
thing.
it's game on.
Yeah, totally.
So, all right.
All right. It's been fun.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.